Sean, there's been a lot of stress and negativity in the news
Yeah.
recently. And so right now we're going to pivot from that and we're going to give you something that will motivate you. There's been a lot of other outlets who've been able to interview this guy. It is our turn now. Back in the early 90s, I was at USC just across the street from the LA Coliseum. Little did I know our next guest was there too, being the Violator.
Absolutely. Wayne the Violator Mabry is up for the Ford Hall of Fans. And he's a nominee, Las Vegas Raiders fan, of course. It's great having you, Wayne. Great to have you. How you doing, man?
Hello.
First of all, thanks for having me on your show. I'm doing fantastic, man. Just blessed to be alive another day. And always, like I say, start my day off on a smooth note.
Freaking A, that's the way to be. Now, I'll say this: you are a lifer Raiders fan. I mean, you've followed them everywhere they've gone. 37-year season ticket holder. How does it feel to actually, you see in the Football Hall of Fame, they get the knock at the door. Hey, you're going to be honored. For you to get the knock to be possibly in Ford's Hall of Fans, how amazing is that?
For any fan from any sport, it's amazing to get recognized for what you do, because what we do is based on pure passion. And that's my definition of a true fan. You must have desire, dedication, and determination. But to get nominated for this award, man, it's a fan's dream. It's the peak of the iceberg for me, especially after 29 years of donning that war paint.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. I know it takes you a couple hours to get that war paint on, and I love that character. When you talk as the Violator, I just feel like it's this whole other kind of persona. It gets me pumped up. I love it. I wasn't sure if you were going to come on today as Wayne or the Violator, but here you are. So Howie Long, contacted you to let you know you're up for this award?
No, Howie Long did not contact me. So here's how the deal went. I entered the contest. I got contacted by some people from Ford and Fox. So I'm doing an interview. And in the midst of the interview, there's a knock on my door, which,
Ah,
totally took me into game day mode. And I guess they captured that. But I know I'm on camera, so let me best be cool. I'm thinking it's one of my neighbors that just couldn't resist coming over to see why all the trucks and stuff was in front of my house. So I started to ignore it, and the director said, "Rachel, you know what you did." She says, "Oh yeah, just go answer it. We'll start recording when you sit back down." So I got a long hallway I called the galley with all of my most momentous photos over the years. So
yeah.
I'm walking to the door and I've got stained glass. So I'm looking and I see a glimpse of something bright and it disappeared. I'm thinking, man, seeing something? No, who's playing games? So I'm going to the door with Violator's attitude, like who's friggin' playing around at my door? I get there, nobody's there. So I open up the door, and who you think steps around the corner?
Howie Long.
Howie Long. My knees,
Oh,
my knees kind of
wow.
buckle. My knees kind of buckle. I was just like, they got me. That was the first thought. They got me good. And just seeing him took us back to the old Coliseum days. And
Mm.
he was one of the first players that had mentioned to me, like, what you're doing is something different and it's special. So he told me to continue because the media would be eating this up in a few years.
That's, man, I'm so happy for you. And I know people can actually vote for you. Ford Hall of Fans .com/football. You have through February 1st to vote for Wayne and make sure that it gets in there. Now, you were there all those years during the Coliseum, and to see it go from that to the cathedral that is Allegiant Stadium now, which is amazing. No one's really been able to watch a game there yet, but how excited are you to catch the Raiders here?
Micah, I'm going to be most excited to be front and center when they cut the ribbon and allow us to come in there. Um, I don't have tickets, but I will find a way to get inside. That is a must. I don't use bucket lists, but that's definitely top of my list right now.
Well, you know what? We got to make sure that happens. The Violator needs to be there.
He needs a ticket. Come on, he's been a season ticket holder all these years. Before we go, real quick, Wayne, I want to ask you personally. The Raiders, that we are in Las Vegas now. But it's been a transition coming from Oakland. I don't think that the team has been fully embraced necessarily by Las Vegas. You, of any people, can tell us what is so special about
Hype
this
me up.
team. Yeah, get us on board. What is it that really tugs on your heart?
Let's see. Well, from the first time that I saw this shield with two swords and a one-eyed pirate, it was love at first sight for me. And
Mm,
I'm back in Mississippi, so as an old country guy, I'm saying I'm going wherever that team is to make that my home. And my mom thought I had lost my mind, but in spite of what people think, you have to be laser focused on your goals. So I tell youth, the kids all the time now, don't be afraid to dream. And when you dream, dream big. So now,
Absolutely.
as far as being a Raiders fan, you have to have conviction in that belief because you will be
mm,
tested daily, constantly. But they cannot move you when you're solid rocks, die hard.
I'm telling you,
mm,
Wayne, you're like
mm.
one of my favorite people. I need Wayne, like I need you to be like my Google Home voice.
I know it's like a
I need
motivation.
your comfort for me, man. I love having you, and honestly,
Wait,
I hope you win this thing.
not only
Appreciate
that,
it.
yeah, we're going to remind people where to vote, but come back and join us again on the show. Like I would love to see you during the season. So thanks for joining us today.
It would be a pleasure. And I'd like to thank Ford, Pro Football Hall of Fans, and also Howie Long for the nomination.
And
Get out there and vote, Raider Nation.
for scaring you.
For halloffans.com.
Absolutely.
Dilated.
You heard him. You go to
Ooh.
fordhalloffans.com/football. You vote through February 1st. Get your move on. Make it happen. And we thank Wayne so much for joining us. Man, oh man, how cool would it be if he got that honor?